they say fear, excuse me, y'all, FEAR, is false evidence appearing real. That's the definition that they throw out there with fear. What do you think fear is? You tell me in the comment section what fear means to you. What does it stand for? I have a signature talk, and it's called What's Paralyzing You? Do I have the brochure here? It's called What's Paralyzing You? A lot of times, fear, most of the time, is what's paralyzing people. But today, what I want to talk to you about briefly is not only fear, but the fear of the unknown. But not only that, breakthroughs. People giving up right before the breakthrough was about to take place. Imagine that. Imagine you put in a certain amount of work, but you're not seeing any results. You're not seeing anything manifest. And so you begin to give up. You start to say, you know what? Forget this. Nothing's happening. So I'm just going to give up. And your breakthrough was right there, but you can't see it. And it's designed that way, because just imagine if we knew what was to come, we wouldn't be able to build good character a lot of times, because we would already know, okay, well, this good thing is coming. Well, this bad thing is going to come. And you never get to repurpose the pain that you may go through in any given situation that you may be dealing with. And so I'm going to give you an example of exactly what I'm talking about, not giving up because you don't know what's on the other side and things are taking too long. Again, we are in a microwave society where everybody wants instant gratification. But life doesn't always work that way. We have to sometimes struggle to get to the other side. But I don't like to use the word struggle. We have to stay consistent, be determined to find out what's on the other side. But again, many times people give up before they get a chance to see what's on the other side. So take me, for instance, and I'm talking to my disabled community and my general population. So for me, I'm going to summarize this story. I was diagnosed with autoimmune illness back in 2016, February. During that trying time, I became paralyzed from the waist down. So I went from being totally independent to being dependent on people having to take me to the grocery store, take me to my doctor's appointments, take me to the movies. I had to depend on somebody else to do it in the beginning. Now, I'm pretty resilient, and that only lasted a short period of time, even in the wheelchair, because what I did was I went and taught myself, no, not taught myself, but I took myself to a driving school facility that taught me how to drive a car with hand controls, because I wanted to be able to get in the car and go when I wanted to go. Any of you who know what it's like to sit and wait on somebody else to come and take you somewhere, that's not too fun, especially when you were used to being the independent one, when you were the one used to giving all the rides to everybody. Now you have to sit and you have to wait on a ride. And, people get fickle. You're good as long as you're not asking for favors. As long as you're not needy, you're good. But when you need something, even though people say all the time, oh, if you ever need anything, just let me know. A lot of times, they don't really mean that. That's just something people say. And if I say it, I mean it, because I've bent over backwards for many people in, in their time of need. But anyway, I became paralyzed from the waist down. Went and learned how to drive cars with hand controls. Now, I'm in a wheelchair. I can't feel anything. You get you go to the doctor and you get the exam and they hit you in your knee and your knee pops out. Nothing was going on there. They take the pin, the needle, stick it up underneath the bottom of your foot to see if you feel anything. Nada. Nothing. I felt nothing. So here I am. I'm in a lane of unknown. Is it fearful? Yeah. Because I don't know if I'm going to ever walk again. And one of my questions would always be when I would go see my neurologist, doctor, am I ever going to walk again? And his answer was, I don't know. Everybody's body heals differently. And with this particular autoimmune illness, which they call it an invisible autoimmune illness as well, unless you are physically impaired like I was at the time. But a lot of times, a lot of autoimmune illnesses are invisible. So never judge a book by its cover. A lot of people are walking around with autoimmune illnesses. You don't see it, but I guarantee you, the person who has it feels it. Because a lot of times it's pain and it's internal. Our joints, our muscles, our nerves, our ligaments, they hurt. A lot of people have brain fog, so the memory is kind of shot. And it's just like it's haywire on the inside of the body. But on the outside, they looking fine as wine. But again, the inside is like a tangled wire with thorns out of it, coming out of them. That's the best way I can describe it. So anyway, that would be one of my questions. But what I had to do was, I was determined, so I was going to physical therapy faithfully. And physical therapy was great. But when you're in those situations and things are tough, and sometimes you just want to give up, especially when you're not seeing the results as fast as you want to see them. That's with anything in life. I don't care what you're dealing with, what you're going through, your finances, your relationships, your physical being, your health. So for me, in this particular story, I was going to physical therapy, and it was tough. So you have to have a lot of upper body strength when your lower body is not operating. I would go to physical therapy. I've never, I got kicked out of physical therapy, y'all. Excuse me. Because I was playing. She would give me the assignments to go home, or the exercises to go home and do. You go to physical therapy once a week. Then they give you the exercises to do at home, because they can't help you every day. They have other people that they're working with. So they send you home with these assignments, these exercises to work on. Well, me, Miss, am I going to ever walk again? I went home, I didn't do no exercise. Why? Because, shoot, at home I got the TV, I had the refrigerator with the food, I got the phone. I'm not thinking about doing no exercises. I'll wait until I go back next week. But in all honesty and in fairness, a lot of people need that constant motivation to keep them going, to keep pushing them. And I was one. If I could go every day to physical therapy, I would have went every day. But it don't work that way. You have to put in the effort as well. As much as we want people to hold our hands, you got to put in the effort as well. I don't care. This is across the board for everybody. For those who are facing health challenges, work challenges, relationship, life, all of that across the board, we still have to put in the work and the effort. So I wasn't. I went back the next week, and she would ask, she could tell too by the progress if I had actually been doing those exercises. And she would ask, so have you been doing your exercises? And I didn't want to lie to the lady. It wasn't going to do me no good to lie. So I told the truth. Reluctantly, I didn't want to tell the truth. Oh, you talking about somebody was upset? She was upset with me. She basically said, she might as well have said, look, I can walk. You the one coming in here for physical therapy that needs to learn how to walk again. I gave you these exercises, and you are playing with not only my time, but your time. You wasting your time getting in your car, having this person bring you here to physical therapy, and you're not even doing the exercises that I give you when you get home to help yourself walk again. So she kind of kicked me out I think she kicked me out for a couple of weeks. It got real then. I was like, oh, I got kicked out of physical therapy. Oh, girl, you better get it together. It's like get kicked out of class. The teacher tired of you. So that was a wake-up call to tell me, Samantha, you better get disciplined. You better take this serious. Because you're always sitting in there in that wheelchair asking this doctor, are you going to walk again? Well, what are you doing diligently to make that happen? And so I started taking it serious. So that physical therapy took me as far as it could. I still wasn't walking yet. And so I found another place. So I really became serious about me being able to walk again. But just imagine if I would have just gave up, like when she got mad, and I just would have been like, forget it, because it's too hard. It's hard. I don't have the strength. I don't know if I'm going to ever walk again. I don't even want to keep going to physical therapy. I'm just going to give up. Imagine had I gave up. But I was right at the cusp of a breakthrough. All I had to do was continue to do and put in the work, put in the effort, not give up. Because I didn't know me walking again was right on the other side of that door. Right there. Right there. Just imagine how I gave up and said, forget it. I'm just going to drive this car with the hand controls. Scoot up and down the stairs to get in and out the house, because I figured out all kind of stuff, all kind of ways to become independent. Now, we can always go around and find shortcuts or find different ways to do things instead of just plowing straight through. And I did that. But then I made a decision to buckle down, just walk through the fire. And I did that. I walked through the fire. I was determined. I found another place that helped with physical therapy. They got me to the next level. So there are levels to things as well. And I started with one level. When that one was over with, I graduated to the next level of physical therapy. And again, with each level, I went from the wheelchair to the walker, to the rollator, that's like the walker with the wheels on it with the seat, to a cane, to no device at all. But just imagine, excuse me, guys, had I given up. My breakthrough was right there the whole time on the other side. I played with it at first. I was playing with my life. I was playing with my mobility. But I made a decision to, like I said, walk through the fire and I rose up like the phoenix. So I'm here to encourage anybody, if that's my story, and it is a real story, that's just a summary of one portion of it. And that portion is to encourage you to stand in the fire, to walk through it. Not only stand in it, to walk through it. To not give up, because that breakthrough is right there. Don't let anybody discourage you. Doctors are wonderful, but they don't always have the final answer. Because what if that doctor would have been telling me, nope, you're not going to ever walk again. Sorry. And I would have let that sit in my head, and I would have took that at face value. And I really wouldn't have probably moved forward with trying to regain my mobility, my walking ability again. So you have to be careful of what people speak and say to you. You have to learn to do your own research. You have to be your own best advocate in any arena that you're struggling in. Don't just let people tell you anything. You want to listen to the good that people are going to say to you, not the negative. And keep your dreams under wraps too, because not everybody's going to root for you. They're going to hear your ideas or your dreams. Sometimes you may have dreams that are so big, so boisterous, just big. If you're telling it to a person who has a small mind, who doesn't have vision, imagination, and who's not dreaming big themselves, they gonna discourage you. They gonna shoot your dreams straight down. I'm like, girl, that don't make no sense. You ain't gonna be able to do that. When people tell you that, look around at life. Look around at everything that's in existence. Everything that was in existence was somebody's thought, first and foremost. And then they brought it to life. So don't ever listen to anybody tell you that can't happen. That's not possible. I believe in the impossible. I believe in the impossible thing. I believe in miracles. And if you put your mind to it, the mind is very powerful, in case you didn't know that. I used to literally have dreams about me walking. That's how much I wanted to walk again. I literally would dream about it. And today I can say, hey, I did that. So I'm coming here to encourage you, to let you know, stay the course, get through it. You will get through it. Listen to yourself, sit, meditate, pray on it, whatever your situation is. But don't give up, because your breakthrough is right there. That's the moral of the story. Breakthrough is right on the other side. Just imagine you knocking on the door. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And it's coming. The universe is sending what it is you asking for. But it's taking a second. And you get impatient and you getting tired of knocking at the door. And right when you turn around and walk off, the universe opened the door, but you left. And so the universe said, oh, I thought somebody was at the door. Close it back and go on about his business until you come back again, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 years later. Don't do that. Stay at the door until it opens. All right, well, I hope this video has helped somebody. Leave a comment in the comments section. Share the video. I'm praying that these videos get out so they can help motivate somebody who may be feeling stuck, somebody who may want to give up. I don't want you giving up because I know what's on the other side of the door. I want you to stay at that door until it opens. Anyway, give the video a thumbs up, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. I love to have you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.